The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair's name. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello! Welcome to the New Media Zone. And Dave here. And Dave with you. And the New Media Zone. Not to be confused with the new Dick Van Dyke Show.
Oh.
Who's still with us, although I shouldn't say that because our last taping we mentioned 3 or 4 people who all passed on, including Frank Bonner.
Oh,
We
yes.
were talking about Equinox, and he passed on after that show.
Tarlick?
Yeah,
From
right. He didn't die
WKRP?
when we were mentioning that. We didn't say he had just passed on.
I don't
did
think
we?
so. I don't think so.
It was after that.
It might have been. We predict that. Oh, no. We should never talk about celebrities.
No.
Our beloved celebrities, because once we mention them, they're gone.
Well, who the hell would think John B would pass on after he was mentioned on the show? John B. Well, you know, we figured the captain was 90.
Yeah.
You could mention him anytime and he might have gone, but it just happened to be...
Well, we did mention in the last show Norman Lear.
Right.
You just mentioned Dick Van Dyke.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. This is
And
bad. If
let's
they go.
not mention the director of Young Frankenstein, also up in
Oh,
those
he turned 95, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And we also mentioned the guy whose name I forgot from French Connection, Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman is still with us, and Malcolm McDowell. We mentioned Clockwork Orange. He's up in there, 80s, only 80s.
Yes, he's young.
But today we're going to take a look back at 1981. Now that, all these shows we did are, as we tape this, anniversary shows. This is 40 years ago, 1981. We had been graduated for a year. Now this is also when we started doing some heavy taping and doing early video work.
Oh, right.
The summer of 81 was when we did a lot of sketches.
Was it 81?
Yes.
Why was I thinking it was like either 79 or 80? Or is that when we first started doing stuff in producer Jim's basement?
Yeah, 80 was, could have been match game shows we were not doing for the public.
Right.
They shouldn't have been done for us either, but we were doing match games.
And this show really isn't for the public either.
It's basically what we were doing is this. We had a desk made out of wood. The upper panel was a bar, and we were doing our own version of the match game, which we loved. We're doing 81. We graduated, and we were out on our own and doing things and going in college. You were in Siena, I think, right? We were not in the same college because I was in JCA, which was the Junior College of Albany, which is not there anymore, but is a... Who owns that?
Is it Russell Sage?
Russell Sage, yes. That's
Where
the,
Ann Shields went.
Did she go to Russell Sage?
Yeah.
The star of what is it?
Monstrous.
Monstrous.
Not a bad little film. Check it out if you have time for a little, indie film. Don't expect much, and you won't be disappointed. It's not. I'm not saying it's crap.
No.
I thought it was a fairly entertaining little film.
Any film where we throw in some nudity in a horror film.
There's a little bit of that, but that's not. I would still have watched it without that.
Oh, yes.
Well, I didn't know that was going to be in there.
Right.
But when it was there, I was like, oh, this is very nice.
It wasn't in the description, brief nudity and violence.
I don't look at the description.
Where was this on? Amazon Prime? Because I swear I ran across that.
I think it was.
Take a look at that.
It's not monsters.
Uh-huh.
It's monstrous.
Monstrous.
It's different.
Filmed in this area, being
Part of it,
Albany.
Whitehall, Albany, Utica, the general area. Yeah.
I'll have to watch that again. I was zipping through looking for Bigfoot, but I don't think there was a lot of Bigfoot, right?
No.
No.
It's a minor backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say it's a minor backstory. It's kind of what the whole basis of the film is, but that turns out to be not the major impetus for what transpires in the film. That's all I'm saying. But it's a nicely done indie film by a young writer, actress.
It's
director.
probably like this. Do you remember the Scream of the Mutilated?
No.
It was a 70s drive-in film, and they were going out looking for Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a fake Bigfoot in the woods. We find out later. But what it really was a bunch of cannibals who was using the Bigfoot cover to kill people and eat them.
Oh, that's nice.
Was the surprise ending. Also featured the hit Popcorn in the titles. Hot butter,
Oh,
popcorn. Do you remember that
yes,
song?
yes, I
Okay.
do.
All right, we're doing 81 though. We're going back in the 70s.
All right, 1981, top 10
Hey.
films, and you have a few extras after that?
Few extras. A lot of slasher films
All right,
this
well, let's
year.
get rolling then. Number 10, Time Bandits, a sort of Monty Python film, but not really a Monty Python film.
Who directed it? Monty
I
Python?
think Terry Gilliam.
Okay.
And I don't know if John Cleese was in it as much, which reminds me, by the way, recently the Monty Python and the Holy Grail was on, and I started to watch it. I was from the beginning. Now I've seen it enough times where I don't really.
I saw about 2 minutes of the credits with the
Yes.
subtitles.
Yes, but I'm going to go ahead and say I don't rank films as favorites of all time because there's just too many different genres where I enjoy films. But Monty Python and the Holy Grail is in my top 10 at least, possibly top 5. Just a very odd, bizarre film and just hysterical. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's a funny, funny movie. Number 10 is The Four Seasons.
Oh, that's a good one.
Is that a Neil Simon?
I think it's Neil Simon. It's Alan Alda, and it's The Porpoises. It was, what's his name? John Weston
Okay.
was in it. And there was 4 couples that were going on vacation, and you see them throughout the year. And the 2 of them got in the water, and they were skinny dipping.
Ooh.
And Jack Weston says to Rita Moreno, I think it was, they're swimming around like a couple of porpoises in there, and you see their bare behinds.
Linda Jackson wasn't in that, was she?
I don't think
Or
so.
am I thinking of maybe same time next year? I don't know.
That's good, though. You never saw Four Seasons.
I have not.
No. Carol Burnett was in that, too.
Well, then I definitely won't see it. Number 8.
You don't like Carol Burnett?
No.
Oh,
Uh,
this isn't the sitcom or the, variety show.
no,
Carol.
which I
She's
didn't
acting.
like. I did not. You know what? If the Carol Burnett show was on TV and did not have Carol Burnett in it, I would have watched it.
Oh,
because
no.
Harvey Korman was good.
Yeah.
Tim Conway was good. Dick Van Dyke ended up in it later on. And then Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah.
They were good. You
You didn't like
No,
Carol?
I did
though.
not.
Huh, that's funny.
did not.
You didn't like Mrs. Swiggins? That was one of her most popular characters.
No, but I like Tim Conway.
Okay.
I mean, what's the funniest sketch they did was the
The
dentist sketch.
dentist sketch, yes.
Was Carol Burnett in that?
No, I don't think she was in. Well, she was in that Gone with the Wind one, which was very
Where
popular.
she wore the drapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay. Number 8, James Bond film.
Ooh.
For Your Eyes Only.
Okay, that's the one I was talking about with what's his name?
Topol?
Topol was in that.
Topol?
Yes.
Number 7, Chariots of Fire, with that horribly annoying theme.
Yes. That was a popular song. Let's see if that pops up later on, but I never saw that one. Slow motion running in
Yes.
the Olympics or something, wasn't it?
Yes. Number 6, The Cannonball Run.
This I went out to see in the theater because there was a lot of cars, and Roger Moore was in it with his Aston Martin and Burt Reynolds.
Was Dean Martin in this one, or was he in the second one?
I think he's in here.
Where he was a priest or something?
Yeah. And Terry Bradshaw, I think, and Mel Tillis, and Farrah Fawcett, and no matter what scene she was in,
Oh,
She was
She
still
was cold.
carrying on the unbelievable scene in a car with Jack Elam.
See,
And
now,
it must have been cold in there.
See, now you just listed all of these actors and actresses,
Jackie Chan?
and that should tell you right now whether you need to see this film. It was just
Jamie Farr. It just gets worse as I keep thinking people who are in there.
Burt Reynolds went through this period of time where he was just felt he was so immensely popular he could just have all of his pals and throw them together in a god awful film.
Was Jim Neighbors in this one?
Who knows? And they would just
Don DeLuise.
and they would just be popular, which they were. Then people got sick of them.
Well, what number was this? It was
Number 6.
Yeah.
It's just an awful film. Number 5, Stripes.
Oh, that's good.
Bill Murray.
Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
He might have written and directed this
John
one.
Candy. Ivan Reitman wasn't involved in this?
Yes, this was his. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Harold Ramis wrote this one.
Number 4, Arthur.
You're skipping over Stripes that quickly?
Well, I am. You want
Have
to
you
talk
seen
about?
Stripes?
Keep talking about them.
Have you seen Stripes?
I've seen Stripes.
Yeah.
PJ Souls.
P.J. Souls and the nutty woman who wanted to be Catwoman. It was in here too with P.J. Souls.
I know who it is. She was in
Sean. We're getting there.
Young?
Sean Young, yes.
Okay.
She was in there.
It takes 2 of us, folks.
Yeah.
All right, can I go on to the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, great score with that Stripes. Yeah, military type theme.
Warren Oates.
Warren Oates was in it, yeah.
Number 4, Arthur.
Uh,
You can't make these movies today because you can't mock drunk people.
right.
But I've seen Arthur. It's okay. Arthur 2, not okay.
Yeah. Liza Minnelli
Yeah.
and what are you? What's
I don't know.
I
Where are you
can't-
going?
this isn't a character name. This is a position I'm trying to think of. The
Missionary?
no,
No.
not the cook. What is he?
The thief? The wife? The lover? I don't know.
No, John Gielgud. What was he? The butler. I'm trying to think. The butler is the word I'm trying to think for, ladies and gentlemen. Need a Groucho's bird to come down there. That's the word we're looking for. The butler.
Number 3,
And the theme, of course, which I'm sure will pop up later on.
Christopher Cross.
Yeah. Who got the COVID.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, was he okay?
He recovered,
Oh,
though.
that's good. Number 3, Superman. Duh.
Oh. Now, this was the Lester version, not the later one we would see, which was Richard Donner, who was taken off of. I don't know which version I prefer. There's a segment in Paris, which is not in the Donner cut.
Number 2, On Golden Pond. Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda, Katharine Hepburn, Dabney Coleman.
Oh. I've never seen this whole thing.
The only time the 2 Fondas
Yeah,
were
well,
filmed
Pope.
together.
That's all I know from this. Didn't she say you were?
Yeah, well, no, man. Yeah, well, Pope. Henry Fonda was talking to Dabney Coleman, I think, and talking about his wife or something. Her name was Ethel Thayer. He goes, Ethel Thayer, sounds like I'm lisping. But it was, I think, the only film that the 2 Fondas were in together.
Yeah. Was he dying in that? He did die, right? Did he have...
Shortly thereafter, he may have died.
I mean, the actual character
Oh,
in that...
no, I think he had dementia.
Dementia.
Starting onset dementia. He couldn't figure out how to get home. I don't believe he died in the film. But he died shortly thereafter. I think he
won posthumously.
I don't know, but I remember in 1980 he was in a hospital bed or something, and they had some pictures of Henry Fonda in there. I don't know.
Only 3 years after Tentacles that he was in.
Oh, Tentacles, great film. Number 1.
Oh!
Oh, you're gonna like this one, Ed. You probably know it.
I can't think of it right now, and I wrote this down. What is it?
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, yes. 40th anniversary, as we saw on Blu-ray, or 4K. They just put it out on the
That's
movies.
it. That's it. Go ahead with your honorable mentions.
Okay, this was after Halloween, of course, a couple of years, so we got a lot of rip-offs and slasher films. Scanners.
Oh, that was good.
That we had an exploding head
Yes.
at the end.
That was good.
My Bloody Valentine.
Did not see. Slasher film.
That was pretty good. That was a Canadian film. Omen 3.
Did not see that one.
I went to this. I think this might be the only one I actually. Oh, I saw the first in the theater, but I did see this in the theater. And Hardly Working.
Oh, great movie. Jerry Lewis. Big comeback film.
This was did you remember seeing this?
I never saw it.
Never saw
I
it.
saw bits and pieces. I know the scene you're going to mention. I saw some of that. I think he's playing. Is he like playing like when you go to the restaurants and they're
Yes, the Japanese chef.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad enough in the movie, but that's what the poster is, which I'll put here because you can't find this on. I don't even think this was out on VHS. It needs to be put out immediately. I remember whatever I was seeing at the time, always seeing the trailer. And I said, "Oh, I'd never seen a Jerry Lewis movie in the theater. It might be interesting to go see this." And no, I saw it on HBO later, and the scene is unbelievable. He's got the complete glasses and teeth, and very stereotypical. Offensive in '81, I believe, but maybe in '80 when he filmed it, it was still okay to do this. And a couple of horror films, The Howling.
Good. Very good.
Friday.
Wallace. I kind of had the hots for her.
Oh, okay. Friday the 13th, Part 2. We didn't know how long this would go on. Pretty much a rehash of Part 1, and this was where we first had Jason. First one, of course, it was Betsy Palmer who was killing people off.
Right.
Clash of the Titans.
Pretty good.
The last of the Ray Harryhausen movies. Halloween 2. Had to jump on the bandwagon with the slasher. And I only mention this because you bring this up on occasion. Legend of the Lone Ranger.
I think I bring it up because of Clinton Spilsbury and his entire dialogue being dubbed, which is not unusual. I've mentioned Alice Cooper's entire dialogue from a movie called Monster Dog, completely redone. I remember watching that film, and I'm a fan of the Coop. And I've seen plenty of interviews. I know what his voice is. I saw this film. I turned it on. I said, "Well, I'm going to check out this piece of, campy crap." And when he started talking, I said, "That's not his voice." Completely dubbed out. Clinton Spilsbury, same thing. His career, I think he never did he ever do anything else? Maybe a few things here and there, but
nothing.
His career just never took off. I think in large part because of that.
What was wrong with his voice?
I don't know.
And you would think you would hire somebody as the lead actor whose voice would be all right. You didn't have to dub out every line.
Yeah.
That's it for extra films.
All right. Well, let's move on to songs.
81, we were getting out of the disco time and getting into the, what do we call it?
Crappy time.
Synthesizer.
Was it synth?
Yeah. New wave, we were calling some of it. Let's see what we got here.
All right.
Did we get any of that yet?
Here's some new wave for you. Number 10. Keep On Loving You.
Oh.
By REO Speedwagon. I see the lead singer, Kevin Cronin, on infomercials every once in a while. Hawking some of the great rock ballads of all time.
As long as he wasn't hawking arthritis pills like, what's her name, dancing around there?
Paula Abdul?
Yeah.
Number 9. 9 to 5. Dolly Parton.
Yeah, that was a big thing, and I don't remember the one time I saw it being as good as it was hyped at the time.
Yeah, I never cared for it. Or the movie. Number 8.
Or the song?
Or the song. Number 8. I Love a Rainy Night. Eddie Rabbitt.
I love a rainy night.
Yeah, it's okay.
A lot of these songs, when I hear them or read the list here, it's bringing me back to JCA. Are you getting flashbacks to Sienna with any of these songs mentioned here? No. You didn't hear these songs in the Rathskeller? Did they have that over?
Yeah, they did have the Rathskeller.
You didn't hang out there?
No. I did not.
Was it 18 you could drink then?
Yes.
I think we had 18, right?
When I turned 18, I was of legal age.
Now it's 21, right?
Now it's 21.
Okay.
I think it changed when I hit like 23, 24. I think I went down. But anyway, number 7. one of my all-time least favorite bands, Hall & Oates, with Kiss on My List. God-awful song.
Huh, that was a good one.
No, it was not.
No.
No. Yes, your kiss is on my...
It's probably not my favorite.
I think the only song there that I can tolerate is Man Eater.
Oh, that was an 83-ish. I like the 70s ones of Hall & Oates.
Number 7, Kool and the Gang with Celebration.
Oh, I liked that at the time, but then it became every wedding
Yes.
you went to, it was Celebration, and you got tired of it.
Number 5. This man's still living off this song. Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl.
Yeah, he's on the 80s Sirius Channel
All
for
right.
the show.
What else did he have? I mean, I know he was on General Hospital.
Uh-huh. And,
some
of
acting
course,
here and
his
there.
film, Hardly Wait or something. Where he
Hardly
showed-
Working?
Not Hardly Working. I think he showed his bare behind.
Oh!
In that,
Oh, no.
and that was his last film.
1981, you say? Huh? Number 4.
Yes.
Starting Over by John Lennon. Now,
Yes.
this would be after he has... been-
This was his first song, right?
This was his
Which
release
was
of his album,
just
double
came
album,
out.
double fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
had come out, and he signed a copy of it, and there's a photo of him signing the copy of it for his soon-to-be murderer.
Oh, no.
There's a picture of him holding his album, signing it, and right over his shoulder is, I think it's Chapman, Mark David Chapman, who later came back in the evening and shot and killed John Lennon
Oh, no.
on my brother's birthday.
Oh.
And he's a big Beatles fan.
Oh.
And I believe it was a Monday night.
Yeah, because Howard Cosell announced it.
Honey, Howard Cosell. It was a bad night for my brother all around. I believe his favorite football team was playing that night. I don't know if they had won or lost.
Mm-hmm.
But me, being the very sensitive person that I am, and knew that he was going to be horribly upset with us. He was upstairs watching the football game, and my father and I were downstairs watching it. And as soon as they made the announcement, I looked at my father and went, "Oh my God!" And I went to the door, and my brother was upstairs. I opened the upstairs door and I yelled up, "Do you think this means the Beatles won't be getting back together?" He called me every name known to man.
Oh, Jesus.
But I sincerely apologize for saying my sensitive remarks, which at the time were quite hilarious.
You were but a 19-year-old child.
Yes. Well,
Around there.
child, but yeah. Well, now I'm a 59-year-old child. Number 3, Lady by Kenny Rogers.
That's an okay song. Very slow, and it'll put you to sleep by the end.
Number 2, Endless Love, Diana Ross and Lionel Richie.
Mm-hmm.
And the number 1 song for 1981 by Kim Carnes and her silky smooth voice, Betty Davis Eyes.
That was a big song that summer, I recall, as I was going to Time Out. That's where that just brought me.
Ooh.
Remember Time Out, the amusement center.
Is that Northway Mall?
Northway Mall. I remember being in the car waiting to go in there, and it seems like every time I was waiting to go into work, Betty Davis Eyes was on in that summer.
I remember for a period of time, every time I would bring my daughter to school, Shakira's Hips Don't Lie was always on. But anyway, Betty Davis Eyes. Actually, I kind of like that song.
Yeah, that's good.
Any honorable mentions?
I've got a few other songs here. The theme from The Greatest American Hero. Believe it or not. Morning Train, 9 to 5. Guilty. Barbra Streisand and Barry Gibb.
No.
Hit Me With Your Best Shots. Pat Benatar, 46. I was surprised it was that high. Hungry Heart. Bruce Springsteen, who I remember Vinnie Fuchsia singing. Okay, one other song, the breakup song.
Ooh, wait a minute. That's not, who is that? Greg Kinn? No.
Yes.
Greg Kinn. That's not,
They don't write them like that anymore.
Okay.
Besides Greg Kinn, does that remind you of anything?
No.
The breakup song? Another band covered this song. Nobody outside of this area heard it. The New Rock News was a local band in Albany.
Please don't. Please don't show.
Unfortunately, I don't have any video that I found yet.
Okay.
But what show was it? The Ed and Dave show?
I don't
The
know.
comedy half hour. We had a local band on.
Did
And
we bring them into Pier 1?
We brought them into the Pier 1 stock room. And we had a musical thing, and I guess we wandered in there as host. And the problem was on a second, it's always the second airing of these things. I guess the producers decided we needed some laugh track under the song. And they weren't too happy about it, I guess. Is that what happened?
I think to recall that. I know there was a laugh track added. I don't know why.
Right. We had nothing to do with that. We didn't edit the show. We were just performers. So don't get mad at us. I don't know. The producer must have known somebody in the band or something to put him on.
I guess, yeah. It was new rock news to me.
New Rock News. I did put that in the Google search, and no record of New Rock News came up.
Here's the shows. Top 10 shows, 1981. One Day at a Time at number 10. Only liked it for Valerie Bertinelli, not for the bralessness that you would be.
She must have put the bra on by 81, right, or not?
I don't know. I hope so. Number 9, MASH. This was one of its final seasons, right?
Yeah, 83 it ended.
Number 7, Too Close for Comfort, Ted Knight, and the two daughters, right?
Right.
Deborah Van Valkenburg.
Right, and the Blondes.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
A couple seasons, it was pretty popular. And then didn't he pass on not long after this
I
ended?
believe so.
I don't remember him in anything else after this.
Number 5, Alice. Never liked that show.
I liked Alice, probably up until Flo left. I didn't
Kiss
like.
My Grits Woman.
Yeah, I didn't like the replacements that came in.
What was her name? Linda.
Hamilton or Linda Gavin?
That could be. Number 4, Three's Company. I remember watching this when it first came out, thought it was funny, and then upon rewatching it, not so much.
Well, you know, as young kids, we enjoyed the jiggling that was going. I think Jenny Harrison was jiggling.
I liked the Ropers.
81. Yeah.
I thought they were
The
good.
show or the character?
Well, the characters.
Yeah.
Norman Fell I thought was really good. Audra Lindley.
Yeah.
Number 3, The Jeffersons. I watched that.
Hanging on here. I think it might have gone to 85.
Number 2, 60 Minutes. Still on. Don't think it cracks the top 20. But still on. And number 1, another one of yours had.
Oh!
Dallas.
Dallas. I watched in 81. There wasn't a lot of shows I really watched in the 80s. I watched Dallas and Knots Landing
I don't recall.
and Knight Rider
Never watched any of those.
and
Hulk? Oh, that was late. That ended in the 80s.
Hulk
or
ended
81.
at 81, yeah. But not a lot of shows that I watched in the 80s.
I don't recall.
Just a couple more here. 18 and 20 on the scale. Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley were still hanging on. And the top 20, we can say. And Archie Bunker's Place was going on for a couple seasons after All in the Family.
That was after Edith died.
Yes.
Because Gene Stapleton had enough. Didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's right. Just jump off the gravy train.
And what did she do after that? Nothing much. For a few
Showed up in, like, what?
movies.
Sleepless in Seattle or one of those, the book one.
Yeah.
Wasn't she in that with the Tom Hanks and
The Shop Around the Corner, which was
Something
the
like that.
original title. I can't remember the new one.
Yeah.
You've
That's-
Got Mail?
That could be it.
Yeah. So, there you have 1981. A lot of fun in 81 if you like slasher films and poppy songs,
All right.
breakup song. That's it. That's it. The final 5 minutes brought to you by our backup cam. We will see you next time.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.